What's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and this is your NFL Week 8 Fanduel First Look lineup. All right, guys, you remember the format of the First Look lineup. It is our real life first look. We're going to check out the Fanduel pricing system for NFL Week 8. Look for who pops out. Week 7 is still fresh in our minds. So that's the best time to get a quick listen. I can't wait to take a look at the salaries as soon as they come out. Who's popping? Who's cracking? Who looks like a good play this week? So we're going to get right into it as always and take a look at the FanDuel salary system. Actually, before we get to that, I want to mention this incredible win by my man Keg in NBA last night. That's a 100K winner on DraftKings. Keg is the man over at DFS Army. He does the projection models. He is the lead NBA coach. So really, really great to see this. Couldn't happen to a better person. Suck it, Brick 75. Second place. That's right. Anyway, for real, congrats to Keg on taking that down. NBA has started off fire for us. It's the best I've ever seen it. The first week, it's been nonstop takedowns by the members. The core plays have been ridiculous. I need my taste. So we'll see what happens tonight. But a big congrats to Keg for that win. If you aren't signed up at DFS Army as a VIP, it is time to get signed up over there. We've got the promo going for NBA, for the NBA season. Promo code YouTube. See it down here. Right there. YouTube. Gets you 10% off your first month of DFS Army VIP. Okay, let's get into it. And before I actually go over to the projections themselves or to FanDuel, let's take a quick look at the game tiles here just to see kind of an overview of what these game looks like what the games look like this week from a game totals perspective. So here we got the Panthers taking on the Falcons, 46-point total, 3-point spread. That could be interesting. The total a little low. Panthers kind of Darnold been a bit of a mess lately, so I'm not sure if we can get a shit together. Falcons looking pretty decent. I think we can get some players on the Falcons that go under the radar this week. Miami Bills. This looks like a Bills onslaught, and we're going to have to deal with a few onslaughts. The name of the game this season has really been onslaughts, right? It's been haves and have-nots. And how do you deal with these situations? Every week now, it seems like we get 4 or 5 teams with 10-plus point total spreads. And so the team totals are huge. Do we just play the Bills and see if Josh Allen styles on the Dolphins here? Have to see. I mean, not much going on in this game to pressure Allen to score frequently. Bears, 49ers looks pretty gross on paper, 39-point total. That's a stay away. Steelers, Cleveland, also pretty gross. Probably a stay away game for the most part. That 42-point total is just not attractive. Two pretty good defenses. Here's a game that's interesting. The Eagles-Lions. Eagles road 3.5-point favorites against the Lions, a 47.5-point total. That's not too bad. That's got some DFS interest in. I like the close games. Here's another one that stands out. Titans-Colts. I don't really like generally playing a lot of players from the Colts, but definitely Wentz is a little sketchy of a DFS play most weeks. But, I got to keep that game in mind. I'm definitely liking the Eagles side of the game. I guess you hear me say that every single week on the first look, but I've liked Jalen Hurts since week 1 of the season. Nothing's changing. So I really like the Eagles side of this game. Road favorites. Hurts hasn't had a dud yet. A lot of cheap targets for Hurts, especially on FanDuel where the pricing is a little more liberal. We can get Goddard. We can get Devonta Smith. You want to play Quez Watkins? I don't even need to. I like the Hurts side of that game. Let's keep that in mind for the first look lineup. Also, Eagles really don't have much going on at running back. Sanders probably out. So not that they run the ball anyway, but, that's the thing. Titans, Colts. I think both sides of this game are interesting. I think maybe more people will play Pittman than should based on his sort of 4-reception big game the other day. But, this is a new day in the Dome. Henry coming off a disappointment. It was A.J. Brown week last week. Let's see what happens here. A lot of people are going to want to play Joe Burrow against the Jets. I can make an argument for it. Again, Jets aren't going to put much pressure on the Bengals, and actually think this is one of the interesting games because we've seen earlier this season the Bengals were very much running the football aggressively if they had a lead. And then they sort of shifted over to a little more pass heavy. And I guess the assumption is that, hey, when they have a lead, they'll go back to the run heavy. But what if they don't? What if early season they were just kind of protecting Joe Burrow, but the team they're going to be is maybe a higher passing volume team as the year runs on, even in playing from ahead. So I think there's a little bit of mystery around that Bengals game that I'm interested in. Next up, we got the Rams-Texans, and Rams minus 14.5. I mean, another onslaught game for Stafford and Kupp, and it's been the way every week, and they still tear it up. Last week's game was competitive. I don't see any way the Texans make this competitive, so it feels like a spot for the running back, but, didn't work out last week. Who knows? Chargers-Patriots. I think the Chargers are probably the most under-the-radar team of the week. They don't pop. It's the Patriots. They're on the, but they're at home. SoFi Stadium. I don't think a lot of people are going to play the Chargers. I think the Chargers are really, really popping for me as a team I like a lot. I don't know if we're going to focus our first look lineup around them, but let's keep in mind the Chargers look really good. Jaguars, Seahawks, I'm not excited about the Geno Smith Seahawks other than, figuring out if we figure out a running back, we might be interested there. Jaguars, definitely of interest. I like Robinson. It's hard to really like a lot of their wide receivers, but we'll take a look at them. Maybe T-Law as an outside play. Here we go. I mean, you want to just keep it simple, stupid? How about Brady and the Bucks against the Saints? That could blow up. It's fucking GOAT inside a dome. 51-point total. So I think in just looking at the game tiles here, it's Bucks, Saints, really exciting. It's going to be Chargers. I'm not so interested in the Saints, but more the Bucks. I'm interested in the Chargers. I'm interested in this Titans-Colts game, but not sure how to play it. And I'm interested in Jalen Hurts in this Eagles game right here, and maybe a bring back with the DeAndre Swift, depending on how expensive he is. So that's the macro. And now let's take a look at FanDuel and see how we can put some of this together. So interesting, all the quarterbacks are priced together. I guess the Chiefs aren't on the main slate here. No Mahomes decision to make. It's pretty intense to pay. It's Allen, of course, the top dog, non-competitive game. Jalen Hurts, we like him a lot, but my goodness, that price, man, second highest on the slate. That's very extreme. Here we got Brady, Stafford, Herbert. Herbert's good. A little bit of savings over the top guys. Burrow, fine. Gets pretty bad after we go past that top group. Don't like them. Don't like any of these guys. I guess if I was forced to choose one, maybe Trevor Lawrence down here at 6,700 would have slight interest, but not really. Not really. No. Looks like we're paying up anyway. Let's go with Justin Herbert in the first look. I don't think he's going to be high owned, and I think he'll be pretty comfortable to stack. Let's take a look at where Mike Williams is priced. Yeah, Mike Williams priced down a little bit. Yeah, let's start off with a little Herbert, Mike Williams action. I'm not sure if I want to keep thinking about that. I really liked Hurts, and I really like Brady as well. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going Brady. And the main reason I am is just because I'm not convinced that the Patriots will be able to score quickly enough to make that an up-tempo game. So let's go Brady. Brady also pairs really well with Evans and or Godwin. So let's check some salaries for Evans. Yeah, I mean, Evans is really reasonably priced. Evans usually matches up with Marshawn Lattimore, and actually Lattimore's done a good job against him. So I'm going to go Brady. Godwin as the starting pairing for this lineup. I know I do things a little bit out of order, but there are a lot of viable defenses. So, I mean, yeah, Kupp 3 weeks in a row. It's been almost like, it's been 6 of 7 weeks. Like he's been smashing every week. Look at him. He's the most expensive wide receiver by such a large margin. We can't even play him anymore. Priced him out. Just priced out. So let's take a look at defense, guys, and let's find our cheapest viable defense. Any cheapies that we feel like are playable. And actually, I think there are some defenses here that are playable. So I'd love to get to Denver. Let's see where they are. That is definitely not a cheapie. So where is Denver? Yeah, 4,100 is a little priced up. Bengals at Jets? No. Definitely not Miami. I think in case of emergency smash glass, you could play the Lions or the Jets. I think Washington football team is playable at 3,400. Definitely Jaguars are playable against Geno Smith and crew. I think, yeah, there's a few very cheap viable defenses here. Let's see. And then we have to move up all the way. I guess the Chargers would be okay. Tennessee, okay. Cleveland, not bad here. Falcons going up against Darnold. A lot of defenses in play this week. Eagles against Detroit. I don't know which one I love the most. I like them all so much. Let's go with a 4K level defense here, guys. And who's the worst? Who's the worst? I mean, Rams, Houston. You want to pay up on defense? All right, let's see if it works. Houston's so bad. So let's see if that works. No one's going to play the Rams. All right, it probably won't work. I always need more salary than I have. So I don't think it's going to work. At tight end, Pitts, great. Goddard, great. These are the guys I'm interested in. Pitts and Goddard. I guess Gesicki and Hawkinson in play. Hawkinson definitely in play, actually. You know what? Let's see what Hawkinson did last week. 9 targets, 11 targets. I mean, this guy's being peppered. Let's put Hawkinson in there. I think that Goddard is definitely in play. I think Pitts is definitely in play, but I'm going to go Hawkinson. Go right in the middle. Right in the middle. Now, running back. This is where we're going to have to make changes to this lineup because I'm not going to be able to afford anything. Rahit likes Falcons D. Let me look at Falcons here. Yeah, the old Darnold effect, right? Yeah, I mean, totally cool with Falcons D. Darnold is imploding. He's becoming the old Darnold. I just wish there was a defense I could play against the Jets. Who's playing the Jets? Cincinnati? Where are they? Where are they priced? Probably second highest. Yeah, there you go. Can play Cincy also. Jets are so bad, and even with Flacco in there, it's not getting any better. Can do that too, but we're gonna have to pay down. So I'm gonna have to lower that a bit here in a minute. But we've got Brady to Godwin. Can we do a bring back with the Saints? Probably not. 8,400 on Kamara. You don't really want. I mean, Kamara's fine. I think actually Kamara can smash even against the Bucs, but we're not gonna be able to afford that. I think the first. Let's see if we can find a running back that we're comfortable paying down for. You know, here's your best price running back right there. Elijah Mitchell. Chicago's a pretty good defensive team, so the matchup definitely does not stand out, but that salary level, it does stand out, and it's really attractive. So let's throw the cheap running back in there and see how much money we have. Again, I might want to upgrade from this spot. I do want to upgrade from this spot, but I'm just going to start with what I'm going to call the cheapest viable player at the position. You know, Damian Harris coming off the big game, not expecting to do that again. Cordero Patterson's playable. You know, Joe Mixon cannot be played, guys. And the main reason, I don't know why I can't turn this thing off. Joe Mixon cannot be played because, or I'm not going to say he can't be played. He can't be trusted because only 12 carries last week. No targets, no receptions. If we go to Pirine, LaMichael, come on. Samaji. Where's Samaji? Yeah. If we go to Pirine, why is Pirine getting 11 carries in a game where Mixon's only getting 11 carries? Like, are these guys equal now? What's going on? So normally I'd really like Mixon in that matchup against the Jets, but I can't trust him. Can't trust you, Joe Mixon. Can't trust you. Let's face it, I got to get Derrick Henry in my lineup. Well, there's no money left. So how do you deal with that? Right? I really want Derrick Henry. No money left. Can we I like Taylor as well. Definitely like Eckler. 10-5. Maybe we just can't afford those pay-ups. So I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson for now. Let's jump to the wide receiver position. We already got Godwin in there. I'm not going to do a game stack here because the New Orleans wide receivers are pretty shitty. So let's look for some high upside wide receiver plays at a reasonable price. Just going through the entire list, man. Allen Robinson, dead to me. You're dead to me. No more. Done with you. So we're at the bottom of the salary range, kind of working our way up. Trying to see if anybody pops off the screen here as kind of a value in their spot. Laviska Shenault is interesting. He's playable. You know, Marquez Callaway, there's just the volume isn't there. Brandon Cooks going to be covered by Jalen Ramsey in this game. Avoid. Ooh, I kind of like Jerry Jeudy coming off of the injury. I'm not normally a coming back from injury, play a guy kind of guy, but I'm making an exception here. He's been healthy for a bit. So let's see if we pop Jerry Jeudy in there. And actually, another guy I don't hate here is Devonta Smith. You know, 6,200. Love this game environment. Philly at Detroit. I have a feeling Smith is going to pop for a big touchdown in this game. So I don't mind popping Devonta Smith in there at 6,200. Let's keep working our way up to see if we want to change any of these guys. There's Mikey Pitter. Yeah, Traquan the Chef, man. They threw to him a couple times, but it makes sense in the stack. It does, Traquan the Chef. But it makes sense in the stack, but, you know, he just looked off. The other night. I mean, he could not connect with Jameis. It could change, but it's a little too skinny for me early in the week, for the early week lineup. Oh, love Calvin Ridley this week. Going to plug him in one of these spots here. Let's see what happens, actually, if I plug in Ridley. It's hard not to play Ridley. This is such a good matchup. Ridley's coming off the dud. He's yet to pop this year. I think the pop is coming. $6,700 left for the flex. No Dearness Johnson, not me, not now. Sanders is playable here. Chuba Hubbard. Want to go back to the well? No more. Deontay, bad matchup. Cobb we love, but Cobb is not available in this player pool. He is on the Thursday night slate. So can't play Cobb. Just looking to see if there are anybody that appears to be almost a must play. Like, I wouldn't mind getting Fournette in there as my RB3. Yeah, Debo Samuel is the guy. He's almost a must play every week. The amount of volume that he's getting is insane. 7,800 at this point. Debo is a guy that I really wanted to try to get in the lineup. Just not affording it. I can't afford it. Oh, yes, I can. You know what? That's the problem. Can't pay up for defenses, guys. This is why you can't play up for a defense. You know, you could I could plug in Debo, or I can plug in a running back. I usually like to use running backs on Fanduel in the flex. I mean, Nick Chubb is okay. James Robinson, Kamara. You know what? Kamara belongs in the lineup. let's just use Kamara here. We're gonna have to punt. Yeah, Lions, Dolphins. No, so we're gonna have to punt something. Another spot. We're gonna have to punt WR2 in order to fit Kamara. If we use Kamara here, we're going to have to punt the third wide receiver spot a little bit further down so we can get a decent defense. That means Waddle. Waddle looks pretty interesting as well. I don't really like players against the Bills defense, though. I'm not going to play Waddle. No. Play Keenan. That's not going to get me enough. So this is not working. Nope. Oh, I know. Change your tight end. Let's make a little more correlative with the tight end. We'll go down to Goddard. I think we can now play Debo here. Throw in a defense that is cheap but acceptable. Let's go Jaguars. I hate the Jaguars, though. I don't like it. Falcons. 7,100 for the flex. Plug in. I just want Fournette, but he doesn't work with Brady. So we'll go with Calvin Ridley, who I like. And yeah, I'm going to call that a first look lineup, guys. Kamara does enough via the pass that I'm going to be less worried about Bucs defense, which is more of a stop the run defense. So he does a little bit more against the pass. So I'm going to leave it. But I took him out here. We're going to use Calvin Ridley, who I really like. A lot of upside with him. Dallas Goedert, Devonta Smith. So we got a little kind of mini stack of the Eagles going on here. We've got Debo Samuel, target machine. And then we've got Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, QB wide receiver mini stack, Darrell Henderson. It'd be nice to play the Rams to correlate the defense with the RB1, so to speak, but couldn't quite get that going just for salary purposes. And Eli Mitchell, who represents sort of a pretty intense value play. Yeah, I think Washington, there's a lot of defenses you can play this week, guys. So I'm not locked into any one just yet. I actually started making my cheat sheet for the week, and I have about 12 defenses on it right now. It's crazy. The most I've ever had. I usually only have 4 or 5 that I find to be viable. There's probably 10 or 12 on the slate that are viable. So let's see where the week goes. Let's see how the injuries shake up. It's Tuesday, but here's your first look lineup. Little buck stack for all the monies. All right. Like I said, get signed up at DFS Army. Use promo code YouTube. You get 10% off. NBA going strong right now. You want to check it out. I will be back very shortly with the DraftKings first look lineup. So stick around. Make sure you hit the notify button here on the YouTube channel so you get notified when we go live with these videos. I will see you back here for the DraftKings first look lineup shortly. Good luck, everyone.